Zoom in on that steel Hellkite and let's get back to this match as quickly as possible. This card is just going to be pretty. I mean, what can you say? It's a flying, it's a flying kill everything that goes in any deck, EDH standard, everything. So, but let's get back to this match.
So on the table we have Knight of the Reliquary, Lone Lion, and Tarmogoyf for Brad
Pair
Nelson.
of 3/3 Merfolk, Lord of Atlantises, and a couple of Mutavaults that threaten to get very large, like we saw in Pro Tour Hollywood.
There is a nameless inversion for one. There is a Slaughter Pact, and there you see another handshake, and in quick succession. 3-0 and 3-0 means that Brad Nelson is through to the final, and it will be an all-American clash between Brad Nelson and Paul Reitzel.
Treehouse versus White Weenie. Did you have that on your scorecard when we were flying into town this week?
I had Guillaume Wafatapo winning a 5-game match against Ad Nauseam and Angel's Grace, pretty much. So, no, I did not.
Everyone was talking about combo, but both of these decks are, very decidedly creature decks.
Aren't they just? Aaron Forsyth will be very pleased. And I think R&D, on the whole, we've had people around all weekend checking out New Extended, and people were like, hey, look, they made this announcement about Extended. It just came from nowhere. And it didn't. It came from 18 months ago that they were first talking about, this new extended format that was this hybrid between standard, the bridge between standard at 2 years and legacy at 15 years, essentially, with this 7-year extended that was just not quite degenerate, but it featured so many things that could go degenerate so quickly. And now here we are with a 4-year rotation that really feels like it's delivering some great magic.
Double standard, if you will. We had Zach Hill in the preview piece we did. Zach was working in R&D and really testing a lot of these decks. So I think everyone has to be pretty excited about how this format's turned out so far. Be interesting to see what the first deck to earn a trophy is going to be. Will it be Treehouse, or will it be Gabriel Nassif's White Weenie deck in the hands of Paul Reitzel?
Well, while the two players settle their nerves and focus on one of the biggest matches of their careers, it's time for a very important announcement. We will be back in just a few, about 10 minutes, but it's time to reveal the results of a certain ballot. It's time to tell you all at home, around the world, the inductees for the 2010 Magic Hall of Fame. We'll be seeing you in just a few minutes.
Welcome to the announcement of the Pro Tour Hall of Fame inductees for 2010. Here to give you the names of the 3 players who will make it in this year. Pro Tour historian Brian David Marshall.
Thank you, Rich. The 2010 class of the Pro Tour Hall of Fame is going to consist of 3 members this year. 3 players will be inducted. The first player to be inducted will be Gabriel Nassif. The second player being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year is Brian Kibler, and the third player to be inducted is Tomohiro Saito.
Tell us a bit about Nassif then.
Well, Nassif is started playing at a very young age. He's been playing for a long time. He's got 402 lifetime Pro Tour points. He's got 9 top 8s in 45 attempts. That's a 20% percentage of making the top 8. He's got 2 wins. He was the 2004 Player of the Year. He's got GP wins in Chicago. He's got 6 top 8s. He's got 60 pro points last year and was a level 8. He finished 4th in the Player of the Year race. He's going into the Hall of Fame. The guy's a reigning level 8 from last season. His first Pro Tour, Chicago 2001.
Second player in, Brian Kibler. 231 lifetime pro points. The winner, of course, of Pro Tour Austin in 2009. That was his 3rd Pro Tour top 8. He has 3 Grand Prix wins spanning the generations. Grand Prix Sendai 2010, Boston in the 02-03 season, and then the 6th ever Magic Grand Prix in Toronto in 1997. Altogether, 10 Grand Prix top 8s. He took 47 pro points last season, put him to level 7, and another player who started his career in Chicago, the Windy City, in 1998. And that leaves us with Tomohiro Saito.
Tomohiro Saito is 342 lifetime Pro Tour points. By the way, that brings the lifetime Pro Tour points for this class up to 975 Pro Tour points and counting.
Yes.
Charleston 06, he was a winner. That was a team event. He has 5 PT top 8s. He's got the Columbus 2010 Grand Prix win. He's got a Singapore win in 09. He's got a Kobe win. He's got a 16 Grand Prix top 8s. 16 Grand Prix top 8s. He was the Player of the Year in 2007, and he debuted at the same Pro Tour as Gabriel Nassif. Chicago 2001, we have an all-Chicago class in terms of their first Pro Tours. He is also currently leading the Player of the Year race for the 2010 season.
And the first class where all 3 members are active pros.
I mean, not just active pros. They are like hyperactive pros.
Sure.
Right? This is a level 8, a level 7, and a level 8 from last year.
Absolutely.
2 former Player of the Years, a couple of Pro Tour wins, all around. It's a great class.
Gabriel Nassif, Brian Kibler, Tomoharu Saito, your class for the Magic Hall of Fame 2010. We look forward to seeing them inducted at the World Championships in Chiba at the end of the year, and we'll see you all there.
The assault on Meriden started last night to start the build towards the release of Scars of Meriden on October 1st. Last night, players were summoned to the metallic world of Meriden for a special preview party. We kicked things off at the Amsterdam Convention Factory. Pro Tour attendees, guests, and other Magic players assembled to battle for control of 5 powerful charges. They first had to complete a scavenger hunt using information found on exclusive Scars of Meriden preview cards. Each of Meriden's 5 suns would rise in turn, signaling a new phase in the contest. Under the green sun, players had to make a choice: stand with the Mirrans or join the assault and side with the Phyrexians. They received pins to symbolize their allegiance. And the final test began. Players used their knowledge of famous magic art to battle for their side. After an epic encounter, the Mirran side was victorious and controlled the charges. But what did that mean? How were the charges used? The answers to these questions will be revealed just a few hours later on the other side of the world. PAX Prime, the original Penny Arcade Expo, was already in full swing in Seattle, Washington. A 3-day celebration of games and fun, PAX was home to the continuation of the assault on Meriden. The bravest and boldest made their way to the showbox for the final battle. Again, Meriden's 5 suns would play a big role. Under the white sun, the games would begin, along with more preview cards, this time including the awesome Mox Opal. Just like at Amsterdam, players at PAX were faced with a choice under the green sun. Which side would they choose? Which side would you choose? 5 champions from each side would be chosen to compete under the black sun for control of the Lux cannon. It was a grueling fight, but the Phyrexians defeated the Mirrans. But only one of the Phyrexians could fire the cannon and claim the prize. Along with the charges, a mystical word was required to fire the cannon. The final puzzle had begun. In the end, Daniel Duterte proved to be the strongest, sharpest, and mightiest warrior on the battlefield. He fired the cannon and claimed the ultimate prize, a replica Mox Opal and $1,000 cash. Although the Phyrexian won this battle, the war rages on. Will the Mirrans defend their world and repel the Phyrexian assault, or will the corrosion take hold?